Nova is here, he's the leader of Alpha, leading the charge. Yeah. With his main man Heavy, hit up right by, hit his side at the raid. Together they fight, and drive their corridor, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for their cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and Heavy Hitter, our heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For it's Alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and Heavy Hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With Big Boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity project. I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell this is the start of something fresh. Shout out Hex Revision and on the Hex, yes. I confess, Hexicans don't stress, cause as a community we one up. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame, or here to make a name? See, Hexicans reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, we the new financial gain. AGproject.io was the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's just how it go. Something like to support the team, the dream. Public service announcement, t.me/anti-gravity saga is the telegram. Tap in. It's for y'all. I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity project. I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios on what in the States here is a Saturday morning. Usually I go out with my best girlfriends. We drink mimosas and talk about our sex life. But this morning I'm at home having my own brunch with the fam, coffee and pancakes. There were a lot more pancakes when I started here. So get your morning pancakes and your coffee, or if it's the afternoon and you're an adult and you woke up earlier, you know, grab a lunch, grab a ham sandwich. We've got Believe in Yourself. Good afternoon, Believe in Yourself. Thank you for being here. Here's the stream link. If you guys want to join the stream, you can just hit that link and join us. We got a couple people already in the green room ready to rock and roll. Retrostack says, light it up, Pulse Ray, enter the void, dark matter. Yes, dark matter. Enter the void. It's all about entering the void and really finding yourself. It's a hero's journey, but it's a hero's journey through something that people don't want to face. Elizabeth, good morning. Good morning, Elizabeth. So good to see you. Check out Elizabeth's pieces of art in our X community called The Collective. We have some links to that in our Telegram. But you can also just go to communities on X and search there, and then you can vote on the art contest, which Elizabeth is doing very, very well on. And we're about to narrow that down to three people. So check that out. Nice song, Corey the Investor. Yeah, it's such a good song. And the one before that, Cape Figure, where we showed the video from Rip City Cuts, also very, very good. I was trying to bring some graphs to you guys earlier, and I failed. I didn't get a hold of the graphs. I did have a hold of one graph, which is quite interesting. It doesn't have all the information that everyone's looking for, but it has quite a bit of information people have been asking for regarding the game and the 4-year cycle. You know, which NFTs make the most money, which NFTs when the payouts are going to peak, and from the treasury, all that stuff. So we do have that information that I'm going to go over with you. It's still incomplete because it's just based off of the evil address minting alone. It's not based off of anyone else minting. But obviously the evil address is the biggest voter, the biggest minter and the biggest player in the game right now. And so you can kind of get an idea of where the market could be or should be, or the treasury payouts might be peaking. Because remember, we bloat this treasury until the payouts are bigger than the deposits. So there's this curve, this bloat that goes up pretty high for a bit. And then over time, the treasury depletes. And people are going to say, oh, well, if the treasury is depleting, why would anyone mint? Well, the simple answer is a lot of people wouldn't mint. The more complex answer would be that the evil address is still minting. There's still lotteries. And even though that treasury is paid out, the treasury hasn't paid out onto the market. The treasury has paid out into the NFTs, into the fuel cells, and it's locked in there until someone blinks or, says uncle or, chicken. It's a game of chicken to see who can hang on to their fuel cells the most. So even though the majority of the tokens, the dark matter, has gone into the treasury and back into the NFTs, it's still not on the open market. We got Tracy G in the place to be. How are you doing this morning, Miss Tracy? Good morning, Tracy. Good to see you. Let me bring on, we have a resident scholar here who has taught me how to make eggs in an amazing way. We also have Boish in here. I don't want to say too much about Boish, but they know a lot about the Pink Miss Will game that we're developing, and they may understand some things about the project that few people understand. So go ahead, Crispy, say hello to the folks, and we'll introduce Boish. Boish or Boish? I'm going to call him Bowie. I'm going to go with just Bowie.
Yeah, Bowie is great. Hi, Crispy. Hi, Max.
Great to see you. Good morning. Crispy, man, for those of you that don't know, he's our big brain, as we like to call him. He's the guy that plays with charts and graphs all day long and has some that he reserves for special friends and inner circle people. And then he has a whole website of data he shares for free with everybody. How are you doing this morning, Crispy, man?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I was thinking about you yesterday as I was making my scrambled eggs.
Wow. Were you wearing clothes when you did that?
Very little.
Okay.
And so just enough to be in front of the stove, right? So I was making my eggs. I remember you telling me once on the stream, you said, be really gentle with the eggs. And you said, I know it sounds weird, but if you're gentle with the eggs, as you beat them and as you fold them or flip them over, they'll taste better. And I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I've got to try it. So I did. I was really like soft and gentle and easy with the eggs, and the scrambled eggs came out twice as fluffy and twice as moist. Like they're much better scrambled eggs the more gentle you were with them. And so, yeah, if I've got nothing else from crypto, Crispy Man,
You got that.
no better at making scrambled eggs thanks to you.
You made my day. I'm glad you had fun with it. It's a texture thing. It just creates a different texture.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Crispy, you're getting some love here. AJ Rip City Hacks is in the house. How are you doing today? Let us know. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down in the comments. Red Squirrel says, "Oi, oi, pops." We must have woke him up with the alarm, because usually he's number one.
Usually he's in. He got onto my stream first. So he's been doing that for a couple of years. I don't know how he does it. He does it. And Rip City, good to hear from you. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Rip City. Well.
I know challenges are challenges, but
yeah, just worry about recovering and taking care of yourself. That's what we want. We want you to take care of that. He's put together some really awesome videos for the community. We really appreciate him. Great part of the community here. I had a really good stream last night with Coexistent Steven over there in the Atropa world, all over there in he may live in, I don't know if he lives in, I think he does live in Australia. You mentioned that, but we just had this great stream where we talked a lot about consciousness and Atropa and what, how deep these problems could go, or what solutions are available for the Atropa PDI situation. And it was nice to have someone that was completely opposite, on the opposite side of me, had completely different views of me, but someone that I could still get along with so well and had so many other things in common, that we had a really, really awesome discourse and discussion last night. It was a really, really good stream. If you guys haven't seen that. And we kept it to an hour. So for those of you guys that are like, I would watch your stream, but they go on forever. I agree.
I missed that stream, but I thought about watching it.
Yeah.
I missed it. Yeah, I'm a middle guy. I'm not a bottom or a top. But in the middle, right? So meaning I'm not like heavy, like PDI's got to go to $1 and it's going to go to $1, and I'm not necessarily it's a zero, because it's DeFi and I don't have any control of what all these cats do. And so if people want to put value up against it and it's selling their value down, then that's what they're going to do, and that's what they're doing.
True. The question is, like, you don't have any choice of who pairs with your token, right? Like anyone could go and pair their tokens with the Fire tokens, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You couldn't stop them.
I cannot, and they've done it. I can't stop them. So, it does potentially add overall to volume and whatnot, depending on what's what. But I took Richard's messages literally, in that, hey, listen, he said right now is not the time to be providing LP or buying that token, right? So that's the most information I have.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where we're gonna have to see how this shakes out. We're gonna have to see how actually the macro market, Bitcoin and the stock markets and the crazy stuff that's going on just with the tariffs and we in crypto are used to like crazy volatility, but there's been a volatility introduced to the stock market recently that they're not used to. Like they're not used to those numbers at all. And they're not used to people taking as much economic energy out as they have. I mean, there have been crashes in the stock market before, but this is this volatility of pumping and dumping on the stocks is something that I think only the biggest hedge fund investors and the biggest money managers are able to handle.
Yeah. Well, listen, I will say this about cycles, because I actually remember the 88 cycle, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
the one didn't they call that like Suicide Tuesday or Black
Yeah,
Tuesday?
it was terrible. But listen, these things happen, right? I mean, this is just in a grander scheme of things, right? There are
Hmm.
cycles, there's ups, there's downs. Yeah, so is this? I don't know what this is right now. We'll have to watch it and see. But I mean, things will recover. Life goes on.
Yeah. Red Squirrel says, obviously, I don't have a real life. AJ says, recovery looking good. Thank you. No, thank you. Take care of yourself. I was chatting with the captain last night, chatting with the captain. After a heated discussion about Rabbi, I popped in briefly because my blood pressure was skyrocketing.
Yeah,
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 don't do
yeah.
that. Good to hear. Thank you very much. Yeah,
That was a
that
good
is,
that was a good stream that he was on because he came on with Christopher from Italy, and Christopher had an opposing view, which was okay. It was good. That maybe it wasn't the best business decision to go after Rabbi on ratings, but the captain's position was the opposite. That, hey, listen, again, I'm a user, and if I don't like what somebody's doing, I'm free to give them a vote.
yeah,
So I think
definitely.
I think both arguments were good arguments to hear.
Well, and Rabbi and DBank were so useful, incredibly
Mm.
useful.
Oh,
And it's one of the best tools that we had to that point. And so
oh
for me,
man, it was like
very
getting kicked in.
frustrating.
It was like getting kicked in the junk, man.
Yeah.
Because I didn't use it for a very long time, and then I started using it, and
Mhm.
now I'm like, how do I do anything? I'm like my brain hurt. Like, how do I? Now I have tools and whatnot. Like I can go. Like if I want to go, no. If I want to know what I have in my wallet, I just pull up Excel and drop my wallet address in, and it'll fill in my Excel, right? But everybody doesn't have that, that
Right.
ability, and yeah, yeah. It really it is painful. But there's a couple apps that have come out really quickly. Um, One from the OG ecosystem, the Finvesta ecosystem. It's a lovable app, which does a pretty good job of pulling up a lot of information. It doesn't get your LP positions and whatnot, but so there's still some work to do in the background.
Yeah, I think it kind of showed us how convenient and nice it was to have one website to go to and be able to see portfolio transactions, farms, and everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
the good news is we can recreate that as a community, and I think that we're going to. Bowie, did you have you ever had any app or program that you relied on disappear on you? Is she still there? You there,
Yeah,
Bowie?
she's on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute if you're trying to talk. If not, she could also be working, so she could be doing both.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I
I
was going to
was.
ask, has there ever been an application or a software that you really came to enjoy that pulled the plug or changed their version on you?
No, I'm not big on games, so never
Hmm.
happened to me.
Okay, okay. Now, um, Bowie, as I said, has some inside information on the Pink Miss Well game. Um, what would you say you think is going to be the funnest part of the Pink Miss Well game, and what do you think um, might be the thing that's the biggest challenge to keeping people's attention, Bowie?
I think the biggest and the funnest part for me is gonna be when I hit the shoot button and I am just hoping it's not me. I think that's gonna be the most thrilling part. And yeah, I think. What was the second question? The second part.
The biggest challenge for to the part that's going to be that may that may lose people's interest.
I don't think there is anything that might have, like in Pink Miss Well game, that may have a user lose interest. It's only exciting and like it's really thrilling because I could lose my money in one shot. So, yeah. I don't think there is anything that can, keep my focus off. And I'm afraid I might even get addicted if I, win once.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. For those of you that have not yet heard about the Pink Well game, it's a mix between a random number generator and um, uh, oh yeah, it's Smash Cards. Says someone here in chat. Chaco, let me know if you want me to bring you up on stage. I'll bring Chaco up here on stage. Smash Carts was the one that you were missing, right, Chaco? Chaco may or may not have his mic ready. He was saying in private chat that it was Smash Cards that he misses. Sorry, going back, it's like a mix between Russian roulette and a game. So, oh yeah, not ready for stage. That's okay, Chaco. I'm gonna put you back down here. There we go. Yeah. So what we found was that 11 days was too long for people to keep their attention in between minting windows and lotteries, and so we realized we needed something else, especially with the Crash game coming out with Solid X and Whisper. We're like, wow, those guys are really got into something here, a really fun, addictive game of gambling. So we thought, what's a way that we could add a game of gambling that also adds buy pressure to dark? So as people play the Pink Well game, the smart contract takes about 40% of the money that's put in the pool and buys dark off the market.
Nice.
So and the winner gets that 40%, and what they do with it is that's their prerogative. They can go back and dump it back on the market. They can hold it for minting. They can provide liquidity, whatever they want to do with that pot that they win. But like I said, it's already put the buy pressure into the market. So, I mean, I guess they could cancel that out if they wanted to. But then there's also a team rake that, can also add buy pressure to whatever token that it feels like adding buy pressure to. Right? So that's the short and long of it. And we really hope in the next week or two to have a test version for you guys to play with on the website, maybe like on a Vercel app or something like that, where you guys can go and practice playing the Pink Well game. So that's very, very exciting. And as soon as we have more to share, we could tell you and show you some of the stuff we're working on right now, but I kind of want to wait until it's a little closer to being like finished, ready for testnet. So we can go over that too. But as long as we've got Crispy Man here on stream, I wanted to go over this treasury graph that we created finally with some of our information. People have been asking for charts and graphs. People love visual information. And so let me freeze my screen here and share. And I'll share back. I just posted this in our Telegram, which is t.me/anti-gravity saga.
Let's look at this. Choco says he's ready.
There you go. Oh, okay. So here's actually, let me go back and bring on Choka since he's ready to, and he can also add to this. There we go. All right, now Choka's on the stage. So yeah, let me go back here, t.me/anti-gravity saga. Hey, what's up, Ted Nelson? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Ted. We'll build something better. Pulse chain. Yeah, for sure. People don't realize DBank and Ravi are the same. We're hundreds of us promoting DBank Pulse chain, spending actual monies to promote them. Bad business decision. Yeah, well, we learn for the next time. So sorry, let me go back here to the chart. So these are the 33 journeys going into the treasury. So as you can see, the first treasury, or actually, sorry, these are the payouts right here. So this is the percentage of the treasury that's paid out at the end of each journey. So at the end of the first journey, as you can see, there was very little. At the end of the second, we had the first and second right here. And then the third journey it looks like it's going to pay out about 10,000 tokens. So about 10,000 dark will be paid out at the end of this third journey. And as you can see, both the payouts and the treasury bloat all the way till about, I believe this is the highest one right here in the middle, is journey 9. So journey 9 is going to have the biggest payout of any journey according to the evil minting schedule. So this is all just based off the evil minting schedule. This isn't based off of human participation or other people participating in the minting. And so as you can see, it almost looks like, the half-life of an atomic element, where it kind of starts to drop, and then there's actually 3 more bars that aren't on here, which I don't know if they didn't fit or what happened, but yeah, these are journeys 1 through 30 right here. And as you see, these ones are pretty hard to see, but it's a pretty straight slope or pretty nice even curve from the very top to where it starts to exhaust its funds. So looking at this graph, as I said before, we've been urging people, mint as many fuel cells as you can, especially in the first 4 journeys, because you get 3% here of the treasury gets paid to these guys, to the first ones. 2.7 gets paid to the second, 2.43 gets paid to the third, and another number, which I can't do in my head, gets paid to the fourth. But these are, every time that you mint, the treasury yield, your piece of the treasury for that journey goes down. So yeah, this is an interesting chart. What do you think of when you see this chart? What information are you gleaning, Crispy?
Well, very first thing is I don't know enough. I don't know enough about what's going on to know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at that. I'm glad that I'm already in. And so when you talk about paid out at the end of the journey, you're talking about into the fuel cells, right?
That's correct. These are the yield payments into the fuel cells from the treasury.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the payments that are going to be locked inside the fuel cells until someone vaporizes them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as you can see, it starts out as very, very minimal, and then it grows, and then basically with every journey, 77%, almost 80%, goes into the treasury out of every mint. So the treasury is getting the bulk of the dark matter when you mint it. Then 20% goes over to the jackpot address for people to win the lottery. And then 3% goes back to the team, to pay for the website and stuff. So we've got 77% going in and only 3% going out the first time. Then we have 77% going in and 5.7% coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now going in and 8% coming out.
So I'll have to look at what ends up getting accrued, right, in my fuel cells. But this is where your game of chicken comes in, because I'll have a fuel cell that may have gained, will have gained dark, but it's only one fuel cell.
Yeah,
and I can vaporize it and maybe get multiples of dark in order to get more fuel cells. I don't know if that'll be the right way to go, but that's one angle, right?
Yeah. That is one way. Usually, the best thing to do is to scrape a lottery winning, and then you got some liquid dark matter to go mint the next one. So a lot of people we see that are winning the lottery pretty big right now are keeping those tokens on hand for NFT minting in the future.
Yeah. That I ended up going in that direction. I think I told you one of the chats or the stream. So I don't always win though, right? So that's kind of problematic. I don't always win because it's dependent on how many how many of the journey, the current journey NFTs I have. But what I have been doing is just going all in with them,
Yeah.
just rotating them in together.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about as you get into what is that journey 10, 12, you start getting to these really big numbers.
Yeah, because this is 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is the tallest, and then 10, 11, 12, 13. So really, yeah, 6 through 13 are going to receive the biggest. Well, not just those journeys are going to receive the biggest, but everything preceding it is going to get its biggest payments during those journeys at the end of those journeys.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Day ones are going to clean up on those journeys.
Yeah, and it's different depending on how you're coming in too, right? Because yeah, it'll be different depending on coming in. It's going to come down again to looking at what the rewards might have been that are paid into those, as to whether people will vaporize them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a journey one, right, and if I get all the way to the top, and let's just say it's some huge multiple, right, I could. I could go ahead and vaporize that and get all the dark out of it, and then turn around and get, a dozen more of the fuel cells, and I wouldn't have missed anything. I guess percentage wise, maybe I might, but I wouldn't have missed anything because I was already in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I think that towards the end here, like 9, 10, you may possibly have 2 or 3 dark accumulated inside of the J1s, right?
Right.
So if you got in here and we're splitting the biggest yield this whole time, you're going to be, J1s are the first ones to get their dark matter back, if that makes sense. To get their original investment back, J1s are going to be the first. And so on and so forth, to where even towards the end, you may or may not even mathematically get your original dark matter back. So like I said, why would people want to mint here? Probably because
to be part of the lottery.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you don't know how many of these people up here are going to vaporize in the beginning. So you could have a lot less. So even though the yield is lower, you may have less competition for that yield. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Also, you're going to have a crack at the lottery, and the evil address never stops funding the lottery and treasury. It just funds until it's depleted. In fact, that would be fun. We have that on here too. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys real quick here.
I'm pulling up your liquidity web right now.
There at the bottom is in chart, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, this is, if you look at these charts right here, again, we need to put more of these into beautiful visual versions like this that I showed you. But basically, this is showing you guys the payouts in numbers right here. This is just a graph of this line right here. That's the payouts, in the treasury over time, from the treasury over time. And then here, as you can see, here are this is the amount of the remaining in treasury after journey. So you can see like the journey has 50,000, then 91,000, then 122. So we're actually twice of what this is already after journey 3's minting. We have 25% instead of 12% in here, right? So it's actually, we've already doubled these numbers of this projection, just the evil address alone. But here's the percentages dropping right there. Here's the minting schedule of the evil address. It starts up here at 67,000 in journey 1, and it drops all the way down to like a few hundred, I believe, at the end, right here around, journey 33 or whatnot. So there's the evil address being exhausted or depleted. Then the lottery payout. Let's see, do we have a lottery payout? That one's not pulling up. Yeah, this is the lottery payout right here without the evil address scrape. It starts at 1 1/4, goes to 3 1/2, and then 7 3/4 at the top. So that's the normal route of the payouts, not counting the evil address bonus when people steal the evil addresses lottery winnings and put them in the next the next jackpot. Chaco, did you? We have not introduced you or let you speak yet. How are you doing today?
I think we lost him.
He's like, I don't know how I got in here. Yeah, if he looks going, let me know. I'll go back and check those as I like to. But there's some everyone wants to know, well, how much am I going to get paid? How much am I going to get paid? And I think the best sheet that we have for that is this payout right here, where it says just based on the evil address alone, these are the payouts. So right now, according to this schedule, the Treasury should have paid out 5,504 dark. But in reality, we're blowing those numbers out of the water because the Treasury has paid out almost 13,000 in the first two. So, it would be great to this would be really cool, is if we took the actual numbers instead of the projected numbers and we put them in another sheet or another column and had a color behind this color. Do you know what I mean? Like put them on top of each other and be, this is the projected, here's the projected price, this is the actual price. And then just put them and see that this thing is actually peaking a lot faster or rising a lot faster than even this was predicted. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to to Don, Hexiest Man in the World, and see what he says about, because he's the Excel master right there. Let's check over here for some comments. Ted Nelson's got the thumbs up. I think I'm good, my man. I'll know more when I get my ass back to work Monday. Oh my goodness, Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, I remember when you had something done, some sort of procedure done like that, you weren't going back to work for a couple of weeks minimum,
I had a little hernia surgery where all they did was tuck a hernia back in, and that I could do shit for 2 months, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything. It's still tender, and I think that was in October. So let's see, October to April. Yeah, it's been about 6 months, and that thing is still tender. There's still some movements where I'll move or I'll have to stretch, and it'll be like, oh, hey, you got cut in half a while back. And I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. Chill out, Max.
Cut in half.
I'm a baby. My pain tolerance is like -11 or something like that. It's very, very, very low. Let's jump through some of these tabs. First, we love going to our favorite website in the entire world, which is agproject.io. And we are checking here on the minting page to see when we can mint next. The next chance we have to mint is in 5 days, 23 hours. It's going to be on April 11th. So get this, the minting window is 11 to 22. Isn't that interesting? Also, we hope to have this updated right here. Basically, we're going to be giving out a flat rate of 500 reward points for every fuel cell minted. So those of you that are minting will see your reward points go up dramatically and your ranks start climbing as you mint more fuel cells. So that'll put you up on the reward thing, which I haven't shown that thing in a while. Someone's reached out to me last night and they were asking about this.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, hey, I have I have some rewards to claim. I was like, oh, tell me about it. So he's like, I'm a lead. I don't remember if he said lead operator or lead technician. I'll go back and check. But basically, you rank up every 3, 6, 9. So it's 3, 4 3s, 4 6s, 4 9s in the operators. It's 5 of each digit in the technicians, 6 of each digit in the agents, and 7 in the navigators. And the highest ranking person we have right now, I believe it's between Pink Mistwell and Randy Hilarski are both second navigators.
Nice.
I don't think anyone's hit first navigator yet.
I got my eyes set on junior operator.
That's a pretty good place to start. That's a great place to start. Like, nobody wants to be a rookie. Nobody wants to be a greenhorn. Nobody wants to be an informant or a snitch. Everyone wants to get to at least get up past the first rank.
Well, I think because I don't know if you remember, I told you this. I moved my wallets and stuff around, and so I got to rebuild. a little bit. Yeah.
Well, let me know when you're done, and we can probably I can manually add points to this. Some of these points are automatic, like when you mint on our website, and other points of these that are added manually for things like the art contest, the book reviews. So you'll get points for the book reviews, and there's another thing that we've been giving out points for. Yeah, we have music, videos, things like that. We've been sending people a bunch of points for those as well. So, and memes.
Can you take
someone a dark token if they throw up a funny meme?
Can you take points away?
Nope.
Oh,
never lose points.
Hey, Frank. That's too bad, because I was gonna, for fun, I'd say put me ahead of Randy, and then you could take the points.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, this is a crazy thing. Like, really incentivizes the best behavior in the community. So, like I said, if we did 500, let's say, Firewell's been sitting on the sidelines with 6,100. Oh, let me clear that. 6,100 dark is what the Firewell has. And if he were to mint and get paid the 500 points for each of those, he would automatically be up 3 million points. So he would just by locking all that economic energy into the system and playing the game, he would be already at, what is that? 3 million. So he wouldn't be a second navigator. He'd be a special agent, which means that he would get a collectible version of the Book Rings of Dust, when we finish writing it, special agent pin and patch. And then he would get his choice of t-shirt, printed NFT poster, signed and printed and numbered NFT poster, printed and signed. Yeah, so he would get a bunch of posters and stickers and t-shirts as well. So once you hit a rank up here, you get everything up to that rank, not just those rewards. But yeah, that's something that I haven't brought up in a while. I should talk about that more often on stream, because these are the reward points. When we talk about reward points, this is the side quest that we're playing in the collective that you read about in the book. But these are real world, prizes, including custom watches and tailored suits and a high-end car. If anyone, it would take a crazy amount of money to get to Grand Admiral. I think the other one right now headed for Grand Admiral is the Evil Address because of its minting, but the Evil Address is not eligible because he's our enemy. He's not in the collective. Right? So he doesn't get a rank in here. And the mystery box doesn't get a rank in here either, even though the mystery box has quite a few points from what it's been doing in the community. Let's jump in. The next lottery is going to be 20,906 tokens. So that equals about 12.24 dark per winner. And that is going down in 5 days, 11 hours. So that's going to go down on, I believe, the 10th. So that's coming up here. Yeah, so check back here and straight. This address that I use for streaming still has 2 fuel cells, and I don't quite have enough time to do a fun way of selling them. But next time I stream, I'll be doing that. I've been putting these fuel cells in this address up for sale on Pulse Market app for $2 a pulse, and people have been snatching them immediately and checking to see if they want a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory in there. So that's been a lot of fun. Go to CoinMarketCap. I've seen Tracy G voting for these. I've seen Randy Hilarski voting for these. This is a great way to get these, break through the noise and get some engagement for our tokens. So we're going to vote for Carpe Diem. We're going to vote for Dark. We're going to vote for Hex, of course. And we're going to vote for, where did Hex go? Hex is above. Dude, Hex is beating us. I think we're getting more Hexicans in here voting on this daily. And you can also follow these guys, CML_crypto, Coin Market League Crypto. If you follow those guys, they're really good at reposting and appreciating your posts, liking and reposting. Where is Hocus Pocus? Is Hocus Pocus jumped us? I don't see. Let me just go to Pulse Chain to find them easier. Here's Hocus Pocus. They're number 4 on Pulse Chain. I'm not sure what number they are overall. But yeah, make sure you guys vote for this every day. Do your daily dewey for voting. And then, of course, OX Bistro is the best kept secret on Pulse Chain, in my opinion, right now. Dark matter tokens this one dark matter that's $1,000 is out of the money. Believe it or not, you can tell by the red, and it has 0% of its order filled. And then you've got 15 dark for sale here with 0 of it. Those are at 1065 per token, and they're in the money, which means they're just white. So you can tell by these colors how out of the money these different tokens are. You got 32 here that are in the money, and then you got some Magic Carpet Ride tokens for DAI in the money. It's very easy to create an order here, and you can set whatever price you want for your tokens. And so you can come here and buy tokens without slippage, and you can sell tokens, without hurting the chart. So 0x Bistro for the win. Pink Mist Well, you guys are bananas. You guys have lost all semblance of decency and normalcy. I don't know what you're doing. You guys are crazy. We've been giving away J1 and J3 fuel cells for this pump right here. And people just keep buying 1 million Pink Mist Well tokens and sending them to the Pink Mist Well. And right now, the Pink Mist Well is sitting on 75% of the supply. Yep, 75% of the supply. So if this address sends it over and these addresses send it over, it'll basically have 90% of the supply with 10% basically locked up in liquidity. So we'll basically have wiped out the entire circuiting supply of Pink Mist Well. And then this chart right here could be even crazier. Right here, if people start buying Pink Mist Well to send to him and get prizes, this chart could just break people's brains right there. We're down on Pulse a little bit. We're going down a little bit on Hex. Pulse X, we're going down. Solid X is doing a better bounce than the core tokens right now, which is good to see. Dark matter is down in the 9s, guys, 950 and 940. So dark is super cheap today, guys. If I were you guys and I was trying to accumulate for the next minting window, I might go and procure some of that. Actuator's taking a nice snake head bounce right here. This is interesting. Shout out to our buddies at Actuator. I'll show you guys how much our Actuator farm is making right now. And of course, Coast. So you can go buy a Coast dollar for 98 cents, and you can redeem it at Coast for $1. And on-ramp and off-ramp fiat at 0x Coast.
Yeah. It's a secret. It's a secret. Don't tell people that.
Okay.
Don't tell people too much about that. Let's see. I'm looking to see right now. I am a junior operator. You made me go operator.
So you're not even. Yeah, you're nowhere near an informant, dude. So junior operator, So you would have, nothing yet. But you're within spitting distance of getting your first set of stickers and stencils, if we still have stencils.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, Pink Mist Well.
Yes.
Pink Mist Well. Do you guys have LP with that set up with dark or no?
A little bit set up with dark. We haven't set up much with dark on the Pink Miss Well. So like, here, we'll take the Pink Miss Well token right here. That ends in 8B72. We're going to go over to our friends at liquidity-pools.vercel.app, and we're going to paste it right here. Boom, boom. And we'll scan, and this website will tell us every single pair and liquidity in Pink Miss Well. So there's $20,000 of liquidity, and $20,000 of it is locked with Pulse after graduating tires.pump.tires.
Got it.
And then there's $59 of Dragon, $1 of Dark. Oh man, I think that Pink Miss Wells might be the only token that I would encourage people to provide liquidity with at this point in this market. I think Pink Miss Wells is the one that is worth definitely pairing some liquidity.
That's a pretty good showing though. For the amount of liquidity that's there, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, earlier when people were going crazy, we would have $20,000 of volume on $10,000 of liquidity.
Yeah, I know. I was watching
that. That was bananas.
You know where this website comes from? I do.
Yes,
I'm just asking.
Block Hives.
Yeah, this guy here.
No, I don't know. I've reached out. I sent him some money and said thank you so much for the site, and I offered to bring him on stream, and he said, "I'm not really a talker and presenter. I'm more of a background guy, but let me know." If you need anything or if you have any questions.
Yeah, so this is coming out of the tax token environments. It's really cool. It's a really great way to pull the information up. I think that Sonny, the detective, had a big hand in getting this kicked off, but might be one of well, I'm certain a dev did it, right? So you probably talked to the guy, right? But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's funny, how these tools shift and move around, and people use different stuff.
Yeah. It's. I check it 2 or 3 times a day to see where liquidity is bonded and where it's moving. Here we got Actuator, also one of the best kept secrets in crypto, and I don't want to talk about this. And Crispy Man doesn't want me to talk about this.
Nah, you can talk about it, but I mean, it's huge, dude. Right? Like, I'll go to their.
We have a stake in here where we were farming.
Oh yeah.
Earn. It never wants to go to the earn button.
Yeah, it just has to be you just have to highlight it, right? Yeah.
I think you just have to wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the APRs on that.
It was almost 130% 2 days ago, and then yesterday is like 120%. Now it's 115% APR. We have $70 worth of HTT stake and hex that we paired and put to work here. So we've already got 4,372 actuator tokens, and a lot of people, when they receive these tokens like actuator or print or ink, the incentive tokens, they dump them on the market, and we can see that on their chart. But the thing that most people don't understand is that this is only going to be emitted. The emissions for this are only for 3 years, and they stop. They kind of stop abruptly after that.
Yeah,
so I'm kind of hanging on to these.
Yeah, it took me another level to get to the point where I understood that. So now you can also take that actuator and go farm HTTs with them.
Yeah. So I can take this 4,000 actuator, lock it in a vault, and the vault will pay me in HTTs. I can take the HTTs and I can go back to my delegated stake, and I can retire those HTTs so that I don't have to pay them out in the future.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to do a stream just on this. Again, as an update. If you go to the dashboard, I'll give you my 30-second. If you go to that and just show the percentages.
Yes.
And so what people are missing, because it's way complicated, is that these HTTs are equal to 1 hex in the future. And so if I go buy an HTT 7000, it guarantees me that I will have 1 hex. I'm only going to pay a little tiny percentage of hex for it, 37%. And so immediately it works like a bond. Immediately you lock in right now 12.36 APR
Yeah.
for the next 13 years, 14 years. So this is an environment where I'm not saying don't stake hex. What I'm saying is if you have liquid hex and you're not earning on it, right, you can do that. And then once you have the HTTs, you can then take your hex and match it up with the HTTs and put it into LP and earn 1% to 2% in the PulseX pool. Plus, and there's no impermanent risk, right? Because long term, it is going to be 1-to-1, right? Because it will be one hex. There's no impermanent loss risk by putting it to the LP. And then if you stake the LP tokens, you're earning the 120% in actuator on top of that. And so it's 120% on well, it's, say, let's just call it 3% for the LP pool. So to start with, you're locking in 13% almost, or 12% APR. You're earning on top of that 3% on your portion of the HTTs, and on top of the 3% on top of those two, you're earning the 120% right now on top of that. I mean, it's like a no-brainer to go do that. I mean, in my mind. Right?
Well, and the only thing with the time lock on here are the vaults. The vaults are 90 days.
Yeah, that's nothing.
So you're locking up your incentive token for 90 days, which there's not a lot of risk there. You'll be able to see when the bull market is on all these incentive tokens, when to take profit. But it's awesome. And they're just HTT 7000, HTT 3000, HTT 3. It sounds complicated. It sounds like computer code or math code or NASA code. They're just liquid T-shares.
Yep, you just got to remember.
If you know what a T-share is, these are just liquid T-shares that are making you money. They're earning you more liquid T-shares, and they're earning you more hex, obviously, because it's a hex stake. I'm getting the red light for my wife. We've got to go to a wedding today, so I've got to go put on some fancy clothes. But here we go. A 0x Steakhouse, also a great place to pool your hex if you have specific stakes in mind, short-term, long-term. They'll maximize your bonus, and it will help you with fees. Fatty.io is one of those that is being worked on to replace the bank. The dark matter supply of tokens is still ridiculously low, even though the price wouldn't make you think so. We've got about 94% of the entire supply locked up in the hands of 2 benevolent wells, smart contracts, and the mystery box. So 94% of it's already locked up, and the supply shock, I think, is going to hit the market as soon as we get any buy pressure, which may come from the Pink Miss Well game. So I'm just saying that once the Pink Miss Well game comes out, you might not be able to get a hold of Pink Miss Well token or Dark.
Hey, are you aware of the UpX and Up environment? What they call Plus X?
I don't know Plus X. I studied Up and UpX a year and a half ago when it was coming out, and I went there and I liked their ideas, but obviously the market and liquid loans have not been.
Yeah, they have some new tools that they rolled out, like their Validator X for earning, on validating pulse and whatnot, liquid staking. But I know you got to go, but we should follow up. I'd
love to have those guys on stream and catch up with those guys.
Well, I think their new product that they're coming out with, which is the LPX product. We'll have to wait and see how it all works out, but it is a automated market making bot. Is the best way to think about it, and that is going to be super useful for like Pink Miss Whale, for my token. It might be really useful for Dark. I mean, there's some things you can look at with that tool wise.
All right, I'll write that down. And who should I reach out to in that case? Who's the best person to get a hold of and get on stream?
Oh, well, I can put you in contact with it. It's Dave over there in UpX. I'll send you the contact.
I think he's the last person I streamed with about this.
Or Juan directly. Yeah.
Are you going to have Bill on your stream when you do the actuator stream?
I was just going to do an update, but I could.
He and RJ are very, very
they're good. Yeah, I like
happy to oblige, and he just can go so deep with this. I'd recommend bringing them on if you would like.
Yeah. I had him on a couple weeks ago. We did a full hour, and so I'm just gonna keep bringing it up, talking about it, because I like it. I'm buying the 7000s. Actually, I'm buying all of them, but yeah.
Dang. Yeah, good times. Here's some J3 fuel cells that have not been scraped. Some of those may be winners of the lottery. And then J1 fuel cells, the highest yielding paid, is up here for about 25 E-die. So I don't think I'm going to be doing my giveaways, my cells, until these are sold out of the ones in this specific pile that I have that has 2 winners in it, until we get this inventory cleaned up or bought. Whisper, this is a website that will get you in a lot of trouble. You will get sucked into playing the crash game, the dice game, the high-low game. Whisper is a true random number generator on chain. So it's very fast, very, very cool.
Yeah, that's
to play these games on.
That's coming out of the it's coming out of the MCR guys, right?
Yeah, it's coming out of MCR's camp, but it's probably going to be used in a lot of the Solid X games, I'm guessing. And we're trying to integrate Whisper into our Pink Mistwell game to make it faster, cheaper, and more addictive. So that's OKX is where I've been using for a wallet recently. It's similar to Rabby, but not perfect. You still got to do some stuff with it, but it's much better than MetaMask in my opinion. And if you go to Impersonator XYZ, you can put in anyone's address, any website, and then you can see what they see when they pull up the screen. So you can actually check to see how many winners one of these addresses has that's selling the J3 fuel cells to see if they've scraped. So you can actually verify that for myself, or you can see other people's. You can check on Richard Hart's addresses. You can check on Wales addresses and see what they're seeing in different yield farms and stuff like that. Here's PDI. This is the channel I drew back in the day. It's obviously fallen out of there. People are hoping for a pump, but I'm thinking this is just going to continue to be used to extract value from the system. That's it, guys.
Yeah, I would expect it to follow whatever Pulsechain's doing for now.
Yeah. So I will unfreeze my little face here and say, you guys matter. What you do matters, even though you may not feel like it matters. What you do matters. You're worthy of the desires of your heart. Come join us in Telegram. Come join us on X in our community. We only have 28 voters right now for the art contest. You guys can hear my 10-year-old in the background singing. She has headphones on. She has no idea she sounds this bad. He says, don't feel bad, Crispy. I haven't won any lottery yet. Ted hasn't won a lot? Dude, Ted, tell us how many you've printed, because I want to check that out. What's up? Yeah, Paul, everyone's checking on each other. I can jump on in a few if you let me know. I've got to bounce. I got to go to a wedding. I'm number 2 in the voting on Dart. Nice. What's up, Max and Crispy? Back for the Alpha. Bistro is so underrated. Corey, all of our people in Telegram and all of our people in the dev chat that are working on Pink Mistwell game go nuts every time we play your song. So we'll go out on that one. No, not again. I told you not to talk about it. Yep. See, validator. I'm sorry. Actuator, Bistro. People have no idea how good these tools are out there. Yeah. Absolutely loving it. Love it. Hey guys, thanks for having me on the stage. Oh, so Bowie dropped out, but that's okay. She's got some stuff to do. We'll just say she's working hard and kicking ass. So I'm going to pull up our wrap from Korean Investor right after I show a video of me at McDonald's selling air fryers made by
That's great, man. I saw that when I first got on. I was like, oh my God.
I love it.
All right, dude. Hey, thanks a lot. You be good. And Corey's stuff is awesome, man.
Yeah. I'll play that one right here, and then I'll probably play AJ and Cape Figures too as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on, Crispy Man. Thank you for teaching me the right and the wrong, a better way to make scrambled eggs, and for all the information that you generously contribute to this community. You're one of the ride or die badasses that I talk about. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're here to plant a flag and build something new. So hats off to you and all the stuff that you've been doing with and your colleagues, that you work with. We really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Back at you, buddy.
Thanks. Follow him at HexFire.io. And if you want your brain to melt, you want to get some good nerdy alpha, go to HexFire.io and check out his charts of what's going on in the Hex ecosystem as well. And so, yeah, Corey says, "Hey, HexFire." All right, here we go. Here's the song and the next song, and I'm gonna have a tie around my neck before you guys know it. All right, love you guys. Ciao.
See ya.
I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity project. I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up. I can tell. Hey, I can tell this is the start of something fresh. Shout out Hex Revision and on the Hex. Yes, I confess, Hexicans don't stress, cause as a community we one of the best. So tell me, are you in or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame or here to make a name? See, Hexicans reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, we the new financial gain. AGproject.io with the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's how it go. Something like to support the team, the dream. Public service announcement, t.me/anti-gravity saga is the telegram. Tap in. It's for y'all. I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity project. I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
Chris, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like 10 steps. Shut up. There's apparently going to be a new episode of One Piece coming out. So, yeah, I'm so sorry now. I have a house in Animal Crossing. You never answered my question. What? We have any types for Tuesday? What? Types.
Doing what?
Have any types?
I don't know. I don't think so. You just do iPhone.
I'm so pro here. I need fishies. No fishies.
Max, are you ready? Okay, you got some more wheat rolls.
That's was just. Why not? I mean, let's face it, he still hasn't given me a V. And I know better than him if I hold his against him. Life's too short, little French. You can't pay me for the wedding substitute. You didn't tell me you could see my food, but I was doing that. I just wish I could go back in time and tell 13-year-old me to put Justin on the show. I can tell 26-year-old me to do it. And she disagreed.
Hey! What? I'm just telling you what, man, that's all. So glad there's something in the check my eyes on me today. Just like when I saw me, it was hard to tell. 5 minutes of emergency room, an hour of romantics, and that Jesus. You expect me to love this man? No, there's nothing involved where I really can't see you. She's going to see her again. I remember now. It's Sarah. Sarah.
I will give you second chances. I let Millicent come back here twice.
So excuse me. Arguments from my parents will not really take the risks. So this is really personal.
I'm on the page. Is the camera ready, Freddie?
I literally just pressed in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to iParty. For today, we have a really special guest. Justin has had us prepared for a long time and is finally going to bear his soul. We stay in his soul.
It's a whole nother road trip. Period.
Thanks so much for doing it.
Third period. Exist. Pudding cups. Reward. Persist. Biology. Number 1. Frustration. Pain. Tears are my salvation. Customers. Oh.
Can you propose drag race with me, my boyfriend?
I'm going inside your house.
What are you doing here?
I want to
I live here. What are you doing here? Oh, you know, I was just scaling the side of the building and noticed your window.
Ew, your chair is so musty, dusty, and rusty.
You scaled the building? Please don't tell me you're thinking of it.
You see what there is?
Look at that chair. Look.
Sorry.
That's your chair.
Like cages.
What is it?
Holy cow, 10 years of therapy. I almost
It's rusty, rusty, crusty.
Look, I'm really sorry.
Disgusting.
You need to go.
Your home is so tiny. But I can move your stuff.
You keep this. No.
Oh.
No.
Greatest conference I've ever had. Do you even know what I'm watching? Look at it.
Hi, Carly.
Where's the...
Here, let me ask you. I used to find that funny. Now I'm calling the numbers for the house that I'm in. What? Look,
I don't care.
I don't care.
Here.
I'm assuming he'll be nice, but not being very cool at once. And that's it. So let's make some time. This needs to be a good thing. But not in the bathroom this time. Only once.
No, not just sculpture. This thing I just took a run and spit out your nasty leftover meatballs. You have to post this. Here's your hand. Oh my God. How should I catch it? When your leftovers should have just been left. You guys get it? It's like left and left. At least you're pretty. It is like Carly.
No, it's not though.
Yeah?
Okay, then where's Carly and Sam, huh? And Freddie.
That's the other girl.
Who's that?
That's like Carly. See, it's like Carly.
Okay, but where's Carly and Sam in the good?
I don't know where Sam is. Sam isn't there anymore. I don't know who that is.
You know who Carly is? Or that dude?
Oh, that is the person who you recording. I forgot his name. That is the one who recorded this sometimes.
Where's Sam, huh? Where's Sam?
I don't know.
Where's Sam? Where's Carly?
Right. That's not her. I know that. Really? I know that's not Carly.
Oh, it's Carly who's changed race.
Yeah, totally. That's like Carly.
Christy, iCarly. That is not Carly's name. iCarly's the show's name. The webtoon.
Well, that's Carly.
Christy, put on clothes. Why are you wearing a bra?
And I know that's not Sam.
Brother.
Is it Sam?
Sam just seeing Tracy.
Yep. Exactly.
Christy, leave me alone.
Here.
She's not blaming me.
Too bad. Carly's very short-lived. And then she doesn't ever have a cat face at all.
Where's their favorite? It's a photo of Carlos video.
Precisely. In years of vegans who are not allowed to spit. Worldwide
hot.
When you realize cartoon characters can be hot.
Girl, why you do so?
You can see who's sexy people right there when you're a doll. If anything, I'm highlighting your art. Look at this article on faculty. Okay, don't hate me, but the artwork in the back of the meatball face scheme is actually kind of good.
That's question. Kind of good. With a question mark? Probably the opening this weekend, all people are talking about my left
What?
face.
What's your name, Carly?
I hear you. But I just restarted iCarly, and these memes are really helping my channel. What do you want me to do?
The least you can do is apologize.
But I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. It hurts.
What kind of apology was there?
That is the perfect answer for me all day. Totally. When you hear apology. Wait, at high school.
So are you kidding me?
Spencer, how cutthroat it is out here. All these new platforms and influencers getting younger and younger. It's like Harper always says, you gotta switch it up on a bitch. I'll never say this again. It was too hard. Tomorrow I'm gonna be inside holding Hot Rock's baby party at breakout.
I get it. Just don't add any more fuel to the fire.
Oh, man! Which one's a condom? Oh, it's tissue. Oh my god, these are Is it Gucci for girls? Oh.
Seriously?
Spencer, it's like I told Harley. There's no such thing as bad publicity. This meme is good for all of us. You're getting your name out there. I learned that my Keisha guy is supposed to me. You should have did. But, feel free to
Well, that's so. Where is it been?
Is he in jail?
Mom is no longer all of bandwidth video chatting with her Christian.
Because I'm just finishing my tagline audit on you.
I thought you were doing an audit on Carl.
I was. Well, I found a little supreme loving cat adoption centers. She's a saint. You on the other hand, cyberbullying
Cyber. Against who?
against me. 8 years ago at 3:47 p.m., you wrote, and I quote, I never, ever, 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 ever want kids. Ever.
I was joking.
And you said, you think I'm joking? I am not.
Okay, I know that sounds bad, but this is from so long ago. I was probably wearing trunks when I wrote it.
I have a lot of it.
You used to be a nurse.
No, I just clumsy fun of old cars. Listen, I'm sorry. Tell me how I can make this right.
A 6-pack Red Lamb energy drink.
It's just caffeine and sugar.
Why do you look like that? You look like you're constipated.
You can't.
You look like you're constipated.
Chrissy, shut up. You're just being rude. Leave me alone.
Yeah, bye.
God, that's your Chevy. You're me all over. I feel like I'm about a super popular stuff all over cheese. Just kidding.
Wow. So like, popular high school churches using
Like, just what I eat for lunch. I've had 6 shows in this gallery.
just
Nice too. Wait. Let's sing.
No! I'm not gonna cry. You know what? I'm gonna cry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Are you sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I live in a culture that's so obsessed with and lights and fake art, fake apologies, and I am reborn! Severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrim.
God. We get to pay.
But for now, we'll just go to the 3,000 next year is about 84%. 5,000 is 78%. We got 7,000 is 73%. And full disclosure, I didn't want to share this with anybody after I thought about these forms because I haven't explained this car and my return. And so until these OG accidents, how to compete with you. And honestly, you know, when you're tuning cricket, it's like you go into your audience and your community when you find something good you should share. That's what I'm doing is to this page right here, which is the market page.
inner Jiminy Cricket was like, you owe it to your audience and your community that when you find something good, you should share it with them. That's really what brings us to this page right here, which is the farming page. All right. Good morning. Still streaming live. Hey, Annabelle, can you call Pulseway and let him know he's still streaming? Jiminy Christmas, folks. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just turned my camera off. Yeah, I was over at the wedding trying to help out and celebrate that day with them, and boom, you guys have been like, yeah, you're pocket streaming. Yeah, what's going on? Do you forget to? I did. I totally forgot. I played a song and then I was going to get off. We are live and in your heads. Welcome back. Welcome. Thank you very much. Obviously, I've said many times there's a lot of fluff and dead air in my streams. This one's definitely going to go down as one of the biggest, best. But I did just post a cool clip from Smo Spider on Twitter. Like and retweet that if you would. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll play this while I'm here.
Nova is here, he's the leader of Alpha, leading the charge. Yeah. With main man heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight, the guards that corner, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. For the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and heavy hitter, our heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For it's Alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
All right, so if you're afraid of getting in front of the camera or starting your own channel, I have hopefully dissuaded a bunch of those fears. You too can be a professional YouTuber. So thank you very much, people that DM'd me, called me, and texted me, letting me know I did not kill this stream, and that you guys were just listening to the dogs lose their minds here in the studio. I've got to return to the wedding. You guys are awesome, and yeah, thanks. See you guys later. Ciao.